Anyway, I wanted to stay there, wanted to go all the way up for a master. At one point, I was talking to a few really good academic schools in order to maybe go there, D1 schools and everything. And so anyway, I didn't stay because my mom got sick. I went back home. She had a double cancer. I really didn't know about it. That's a crazy part. That's how strong my mom is. She didn't want me to know because she wanted me to graduate. She knew that if I knew, I will leave and go back to her and try to help. So basically, she had her first breast cancer, and she was diagnosed with it in December 2005, six, six, no, 2005. I'm tripping. And actually, I didn't go to the US the first time in 2004. It was in 2003. And what happened is, I realized that something was not right. Something was wrong. Even when I was talking to my brother and everything, or my dad or her, something was wrong. But she was just telling me that she didn't feel so good and everything. She was stressed with her job and all that. Basically, I came back home with the goal of going back to the US in order to get that freaking master. And so I flew back home. And when I got to the airport, my mom was there with my dad and my brother to pick me up. And my mom didn't have no hair. It was weird. It was really weird. And I didn't talk much on the ride back to our home. And I got pissed with my brother that time. We had a little argument about it. Obviously, it wasn't his fault. My mom didn't want him to say nothing, but it was a tough one. But basically, from there, obviously, I didn't go back to the US, and I didn't necessarily want it to be a professional athlete. I wasn't chasing it. I think mostly because people are not necessarily considering me being good enough when I was young, when I was 14, 15. To potentially be able to make it. And a lot of people back home in France, they're telling you, if at 15, 16, you're not good enough, you're not going to make it. They're kind of telling you that straight up. That's what the coaches were saying. The coaches were saying, listen, if you're not playing at the national level, forget about it. So I didn't put that in my mind. And there I was like, maybe I need to try. Well, the luck that I had is when I was in Michigan, an Italian scout was there and saw me play. And he told me, listen, whenever you're going back to Europe, if you're looking for a job, let me know. So obviously, after the whole deal, I first tried to find a job here. I talked to Ron Stewart, who was he used to be the general manager for Levallois, which is a first division professional team. He's done a great job with them as a coach, as a GM as well. And then at that year he was coaching at Brest. So I started to talk to him and asked him like about a few things. He was like, maybe that can work and everything. And I asked him about the realities of salaries and everything, because that's something no one is telling you. No, if you ask a kid now playing in France how much a pro athlete is making, he would be wrong most of the time. Nine times out of 10, he would be wrong. If you ask a French kid how long an athlete can play basketball, like how long a career is, they will tell you crazy numbers like they're all Vince Carter's and stuff. And the reality is completely different. So basically, the guy started to talk. He was like, coming back from the US, nobody already knows you and everything. I mean, you're a good player. I've been coaching you. When I was going back home during the summer and stuff, he was the one helping me and coaching me individually and everything. And he told me, listen, maybe you'll be able to make 2K brut, which is before taxes. Share an apartment and no car. And I was like, and that's not because I was greedy, it's just that I really needed to be able to help at home. And I was like, it's not enough. Like, I know for a fact with my diploma, the diploma that I have from these American universities, I can come back and get a regular job from 9 to 5 and make way more money. There's no point on me playing basketball, having my body suffering and everything, not having time for my family, not having really vacations or whatever, and doing a lot of all these sacrifices for just 2K per month. Makes no sense to me. And he was like, yeah, but that's the way you have to start and everything. I was like, all right. Then my guy called me from Italy again. He was like, do you want to come for a summer league? I was like, snap, yeah, let's go. So I flew from Paris to Pisa, and from Pisa I took a train to Rome. And from Rome, they picked me up to go to Rieti, which is 45 minutes an hour away from Rome. Rieti at that time was playing A2 basketball, second division in Italy. And I went there, and it was a summer league run by Lino Laudo, who's still coaching. I forgot where he's coaching now, in Serie A, in first division in Italy. But the year after Rieti, I think he went to coach for Milan. So we're talking about a really good coach. And anyway, did that summer league, and I got offered like 3-4 contracts at the end of the first day, and I didn't know Italian at all. I didn't really know these people. I've met one guy, Piero, who's still my friend right now. Actually, he was more than my age. He was like a mentor or whatever, and he got to my wedding and everything. I mean, we were really tight still. But I got screwed. Like, I thought that, I was about to play second division in Italy, and even if the money was better than the money that I got offered in France, basically what happened is I was practicing with the A2 team, but I was mostly playing with the other team, because in Spain, in Italy, just like Spain, you can play for 2 club teams at the same time. That's something they started to do in France too since a couple of years, with kids. Like, for example, Vincent Poirier, when he was at Levallois, he was playing for Levallois and INSEP. That's something that you can do. There's a kid who's playing for Nanterre, who's also playing for Real Maison. So he's playing for Nanterre, which is a Pro A club team, first division. He's also playing for a third division club team. And that's something you can also do in other countries. So that's what happened.